So you have journal entry 5.2 out. We're going to learn about rates today. Rates are just like ratios. So when we look at the top, it says a rate is a comparison by division of two quantities that have different units. So before, when we were talking about ratios, it was usually people to people or ice cream to not ice cream. Now we're going to talk about things that are not the same, like bats to grams or miles to hours. Okay? Turkeys to chicken. All right, so the first part of it is that we're going to learn a unit rate. So I want you to underline that word. A unit rate is when the second unit is the quantity of one, that there's only one of them. Okay, so it's very similar to a benchmark fraction. Do you remember benchmark fractions?
No.
Benchmark fractions is when the top is 1. Right? So like 1/3, 1/2, 1/4, 1/8. Yes?
Yes.
So now a unit rate is when the bottom is 1. Okay. So here's an example. If I have milk, I buy milk, and it's $2.50 per 1 gallon. Or Sarah can run 8 minutes for 1 mile. Okay. Strip diagrams are going to be something that we need to use along with words. So if I were to make a strip diagram of this, I could do this. Something about that picture makes it easier to know, like, well, how much will 2 gallons be? Can you tell me how much 2 gallons will be?
$5.
$5. Good, because I could just think about one more set of squares. Okay, let's look at this one. So, if there are 42 cows in 2 barns, how many cows are there in 1 barn? You have to write the words. That's important. I'm going to put a line between them. So we're going to put cows on top, 42, 2 barns. I want 2 to become 1. So what am I going to divide by? 2, right. I'm looking for equivalence. So if I divide 2 by 2, I get 1, which means I have to divide 42 by 2, which is how many cows?
21.
So the unit rate is 21 cows to 1 barn. I know it's a unit rate because it's out of 1. All right, to get the unit rate for the next one, you have to take the number and divide it by D. I don't know why that's important right now, but we want that to be 1. So when we look at 47 sevenths, we have to want this to be 1. So what will we divide by?
7.
7.
Which means you go to the 49 divided by 7.
Right, you have to, what you do at the bottom, you have to do the top to make equivalence. So the top is 7. If we didn't want our answer as a fraction, we would actually do the division. So what would the answer be if I actually divided 7 by 1? 7. Yeah. So the answer is actually 7. All right, let's look at the last one. So Jennifer drives 2 hours to Grandma's house. Okay, so it looks like she has 120 miles to drive. Yeah, if she drives for 8 hours at the same rate, how many miles will she drive? So they're trying to give you a ratio. They're saying that she's only going to drive 2 hours. See that? Okay, so we're in 2 hours. She goes 120 miles. So how many will she drive in 8 hours? Well, how did 2 become 8?
We divided by 120 divided by 2. 200.
I thought we would multiply 2 to get to 8.
Yeah. Maybe 400.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have to multiply 2 times 4?
Smaller.
Yeah, so 2 times 4 will equal 8. So at the top we have to multiply by 4. So 120 times 4. Okay, 120 times 4.
480. 480.
480 what?
Miles.
Miles. Good. The words are going to be really, really important.